Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you can hear me. Double check. Okay. Sorry, the live stream on my end is so delayed, but I can hear me. Mostly. Let me know if the music's too loud, though. I feel like it might be. Who we got? Hey, Freddie. Hey, Laura. Hey, Angel. How's it going, everybody? Happy Easter. Baby, where do we begin? Oh my gosh. Well, I think I mentioned on Wednesday that it's going to be a more laid-back live stream. However, I do kind of have a bit of a structure. I thought we'd just start with like the nurses' ball itself, and then after we kind of talk about the performances, what we liked and what we didn't like about the nurses' ball itself, and then we'll get into the plots. Does that sound good? Turn the music down a little? Okay, sounds good. Okay. I don't even... God, this thing's so hard to maneuver. Now it's even louder. Okay, let me know how that is. Can you... Wait. Is that okay? Or maybe... Does my mic need to be louder? I don't know. Gladys never changed. That's the trouble with, like, you know, big band music. It's so beautiful, but it's so in your face too. But hi, everybody. Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH after show. It's a little better. Alright. If all else fails, I can put like the other chill music that's a bit less in your face on. If it gets too much, just let me know. But yeah, this week was the return of the Nurses Ball, as well as the 60th anniversary celebration, and and Gladys ain't shit, says Angel. Honestly, I gotta admit, I was actually pretty disappointed overall when it comes to the Nurses Ball. Normally, I love the Nurses Ball. You guys know that. I love how campy and cheesy it is. I love getting to see the actors getting to show off their talents and stuff. I think it's a fun week to just sit back and enjoy and not have too much drama. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it as much this year. The big moments the Nurses Ball gives us, typically, it just felt like it lacked a lot. Jake, you said no because I was really starting to like Gladys before this whole gambling thing with her. Yeah, I know, right? I'm so disappointed in that. I hope she gets help. Got hair in my mouth. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like, in my opinion, bar none, this is probably the worst Nurses Ball there's ever been. Which is sad, and I think the main reason is because they hyped it up so much. You know what I mean? Like, they called it, like, they kept on saying it was going to be bigger and better than ever, and that they're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the hospital. So I expected, like, I had high expectations for this Nurses Ball. But, you know, I not only expected amazing performances, but I was sitting here expecting, like, all these tributes to all the doctors and nurses of yesteryear. Mentions of, like, Steve Hardy and Audrey and Jesse, Amy, Alan, Monica, Robin, Patrick. Something to talk about the hospital staff from over the years. And we basically got nothing. None of that. We got none of it. You know, and I was also hoping we'd get some surprise guest appearances for the Nurses Ball from, like, past cast members. None of that either. The only tribute that we got, aside from Liz bringing up Epiphany for like 10 seconds at the beginning, was the tribute for Bobby, which honestly, in my opinion, was well, not my opinion, but it was my favorite part of the Nurses Ball. Completely. I loved all the flashbacks that we got of Bobby, getting to see her in some of her finest moments as a nurse and as a mom and as a friend. I just think it's about time that we got to see Bobby get her flowers, because I feel like for a long time, she kind of got the shit end of the stick when it comes to past producers. And even this producer, let's be real. But, you know, finally I think they acknowledged her being around the hospital for 45 years and all the storylines that she was a part of. So I thought that was great. And then the second best thing about the Nurses Ball was Lucy's entrance back into society and the Nurses Ball. It was such a classic Lucy Coe moment. And like, I don't know. Lynn Herring is so good at comedy. So I just love that moment of her like tripping and falling through her own photo and revealing to the crowd that she was alive. I liked that. Those were the only two good things I enjoyed about the Nurses Ball as a whole. Oh, hey, Jacarius. Hey, Kaiwan. All I gotta do is check for Cody's fingerprints on the bracelet. Yeah, but even Gladys was like, you could wipe them off. My thing is, why the hell didn't Laura have plenty of guards at the door? We'll talk about all that. And I've been good, Jacarius. Thank you. The Magic Milo performance wasn't that bad. I have got stuff to say about that performance, actually. Lovely Bobby tribute. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was a disappointment. Hey, Sandy. Oh, you think old Esme will be back after getting knocked out? It's possible. We'll see. The Magic Milo performance got me looking at Cody some type of way. I gotta admit, I didn't think he was so shredded, but dang. But yeah, before we get into the plots, which were minimal for obvious reasons this week, let's talk about the performances. In all honesty, they were far from the king of the crop in terms of performances from over the years. But I do have a favorite and I do have a least favorite. So I thought I'd give you my list from least to best from this year's show. I'm assuming there's no more performances just because I think on Instagram GH was like, that's a wrap. So I don't think we're getting any more performances. Unless they accidentally posted it like a day early because of the preemption. Like Gladys a lot. Nah. I used to love Gladys, but she needs to get help. Sandy, you said, I just heard Helena is coming back. Yeah, she's coming back sometime in May. Forensics would have seen a smudge of fingerprints being wiped off. True. Jocelyn Train's performance is okay. Alright, okay, basically, guys, there were 7 performances total. So, I'll list them in order from least favorite to most favorite. And I know some of you might be shocked, but coming in at number 7 for me was the Magic Milo and the Wands performance. Don't get me wrong, I definitely loved seeing them bodies, okay? You know, they were shredded, and again, like, dang, I didn't know Cody had all that. You know, and Milo and Dex and TJ. And of course, seeing Yuri's hairy body as well. But here's why this is my least favorite performance. First of all, for all the attractive men they have in the cast, we had 2 total strangers dancing with them. I don't think there's ever been a Magic Milo act in the past where we've had random extras fill in the roles of the dancers. Personally, I would have rather just seen 2 less dancers than 2 complete strangers like prancing around. You know what I mean? And yes, I enjoyed the old flashbacks. But the part of there being extras made me mad. And yes, Chikarius, that's my next point. My biggest qualm about this performance, well, maybe not the biggest qualm, but okay. Another problem I had was that Yuri was there performing, but where was Terry? Why was Terry not in the audience enjoying this? That made me mad too. That made me so mad. I was like, what? What is the point in putting Yuri there if Terry's not in the crowd to be a part of that? Made me mad. And then the last time we seen Magic Milo was back in 2016. Wanted to know who the long curly haired guy was. Laura, you said I was really anticipating it and was dissatisfied. Me too. And then also, they've danced to this song before. They have danced to this song before, Magic Milo and the Wands. So that made me even more mad. So that is why it's my least favorite performance. It was lazy. They used the same song they danced to before. They pissed me off with having 2 extras instead of 2 cast members. And Yuri not being able to dance with Terry in the number. That's why it's my least favorite. Freddie, you said Trina probably felt something wasn't right with Spencer. Yeah, we're going to get into that too. What happened to Drew? Yeah, Drew, like, he showed up on the red carpet and then he was never seen again. And it's funny because even, like, throughout the ball, like, Joss is making comments to Carly, like, where is the guy that you want to be with? So my guess is that something is going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to yet. But we'll talk about that after, because I have theories. I do have theories. But for now, back into the countdown. At number 6, Georgie and James with Oma Obrecht and their Magic Act. Don't get me wrong, they were adorable. The only reason why this is so low on my list is because they used this performance to help Victor kidnap Obrecht, which inevitably is going to prolong this damn cancer storyline for Willow as we know it. As if we're not already tired of this storyline, they have figured out a way to, you know, prolong it even more. And we know she's going to survive it. So there's no point in stretching it out. Oh, you agree with me? But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. You didn't like the extras that curly hairs. Listen, it's not that they weren't cute. They were hot guys too. But like, I don't care. You know, like, it's always been cast members. And surely, like, they could have found 2 others to perform, or at least just had just the GH cast perform with them. They didn't need to be there, is all I meant. Not that they weren't good at eye candy. I just, you know, it's the 60th anniversary year. Why are we using extras and numbers? They could have added Spencer and Chase in there, exactly. Again, Willow can die. Listen, I wouldn't mind if she came or went either, but we know she ain't going anywhere. The never-ending story of Weeping Willow. Sandy! Oh, man. Alright, moving on. At number 5, the Nurse's opening number. I love the song Lovely Day. But I mentioned this on Wednesday. It was very strange seeing Dr. TJ in there with all the nurses and Nurse Elizabeth in the crowd watching instead of the performing rather. Obrecht being taken just made me mad because Willow ain't getting this bone marrow anytime soon. Exactly, Angel. Ruthie said, same thing for her own selfish needs. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Ruth. Not gonna lie. Curtis could have danced. Curtis could have danced. He's been in the Milo and the Wands act before. The Willow slander. Oh, man. But yeah, so anyway, like, I think, and I did mention this on Wednesday, I think this performance of the Nurses opening is a glaring reminder that Epiphany's not with us anymore. So that kind of like made me a little bit sad. But also, like, for a show that has a celebration about nurses every year, we have no nurses. We have Elizabeth, and she don't even want to perform. And then everyone else, Amy, Felix, Deanna, they are essentially glorified extras that they bring out once or twice a year. So it's like, it's just sad. And listen, I get why actors don't want to perform on this thing, and it's certainly thoughtful of Frank Valentini to give the people working on the show a choice in the matter. But if I was in charge, I would be like, you know what? Tough shit, you're performing. You're a nurse, you're in the nurses' ball. Deal with it. And that's, you know, for Elizabeth, and same with the doctors. If you're a nurse or a doctor, you should be performing in the nurses' ball. I don't care how much you don't want to perform. You are an actor. It is your job to do what is required of you in the script. And that's my point on that. Like, again, very thoughtful Frank, but they shouldn't have a say in the matter. It's ridiculous that the only nurse you guys show on the screen can't be bothered to perform because she doesn't want to. And I love Becky. I think she's a beautiful and amazing actress, but tough shit. Be a nurse, perform in the nurse's ball, for God's sakes. So dumb. So dumb. Freddie, you said for it to be the 60th anniversary and bringing back the nurse's ball, it really not the same at all what it used to be in the late 90s. I mean, it wasn't ever the same. Obviously, the budget in the 90s was a lot bigger, but I'm saying even the 2013 to 2018 was the last nurse's ball. 2019 was the last nurse. No, 2020 was the last nurse's ball on TV, on screen anyway. But even those were better than this year. Thought Emma would perform. That would have been nice too. We need to see the other nurses more often. I agree. Like, I think Deanna and Amy and Felix, they all have great potential as characters, but they don't utilize them. So it's almost a joke that they even bother to do the nurses ball because they don't bother showing the doctors and nurses being doctors and nurses ever. It's ridiculous. The show is called General Hospital. Show the doctors and nurses. And like I said, the doctors need to be performing too. Austin and Finn, there's not many of them either. TJ at least performed, but damn. Yeah, we need more doctors too. Exactly. Number 4 on my list for top performances, Danielle Ponder. I won't lie, there was a part of me that wanted to put her dead last, or at least lower on the list, but the woman is talented, so that factored in for me. But personally, I've never heard of her before. She appears to be an established singer in her own right, and she was playing herself, so I'm assuming the backstory that they gave her on the show is the same as her backstory in real life, which is cool. I just feel like because it's the 60th anniversary, they should have brought a surprise performer in the form of a past character on the show, like Blackie or Frisco, or even Rick Springfield playing Noah, or Rick Springfield playing himself, or Rick Springfield playing Eli Love. Something that should have happened over this, okay? But the singer is fantastic and crazy talented, so that's why she's number 4 and not dead last. Sandy said, Chase, please don't sing again for at least a year. I agree. Edmund, you said, I need more Felix. I agree. We never found out what Felix's sister was using to blackmail him back in the day. Yeah. I mean, if I were to guess what that plot was, I feel like maybe he wasn't out to his parents yet. But then they dropped the storyline altogether. Jakarius, you said GH ain't doing a good job for the 60th anniversary. Yeah, I agree, and I'm so mad about it. Greta, you said, I think they asked Nicholas if he wanted... Yeah, he did decline. Nicholas did mention that. But again, it shouldn't be up to the actors. You're required to do what is on the script, and if you have to make a fool out of yourself on the stage, so be it. They just reuse TJ and Finn for almost anything medical related, and it doesn't make sense. Exactly. Alright, coming in at number 3, Blaze and Chase. I hate that I had to put these two below Valentine and Nana's Fantasy Song and Dance, but I just can't wrap my head around the fact that these are the so-called professional singers when their performances are always mediocre at best. Ava and Austin could have sang something jazzy. Exactly, hippie. Exactly. I just wasn't a fan of Danielle Ponder's music, but I respect it. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know who she was, but she can sing. So, that's why she's kind of in the middle of the list there. But yeah, the one good thing that came from Blaze and Chase's performance is that Link tried to put his hands on Blaze on stage after the performance, and it was that mixed with Link trying to put his hands on Joss earlier in the night that was the last straw for Brooklyn to stay silent, and she broke the NDA and exploited his ass, and Blaze followed suit with Dante arresting him for causing a disturbance. So that was, you know, that was the good part about that performance. And as a side note, Kate Grahn, who is Nancy Lee Grahn, aka Alexis's daughter, was playing guitar in that number. So if you guys caught her, yeah, that's Alexis's real life daughter. Although Alexis wasn't at the nurse's ball, so that's a bit weird, but what can you do? Also, I forgot to mention it. Milo's daughter, or the actor that plays Milo, rather, his daughter, was the little girl that ran past him backstage. So even she made an appearance. So I like those little Easter eggs if we can, you know, when you find out on social media about it after the fact, you're like, oh, that was dope. I did recognize Kate Grahn because she's been in the nurse's ball a few times over the years. I just didn't expect her to be there because, you know, Alexis wasn't there. The damn auto-tune, Jakarius. Freddie said, to be honest, this is Cody's karma. He had a chance to reveal it to Mac and the police that Gladys planted the necklace. Yeah, and we're definitely going to talk about that because I'm right there with you, Freddie. Edmund, you said I think it would have been great to see Selena Wu. That would have been fun. I don't know if the actress that plays her has like singing talent or not, but I would have loved to see her do something. She seems like she's a lot of fun. Angel, you said I discovered Katy Perry when she performed on Young and the Restless. That's when Katy's first album came out. One of the boys. Ah, cool. Takarius, you said I'm glad Link is gone. I don't think he's gone. He was arrested for disturbance. There's still like him needing to be put away for, you know, being a predator against girls, you know? They don't necessarily have him on that yet, so I don't think the story's over. Brooklyn is gonna get sued. Oh, probably. Did Milo's daughter perform? She is supposed to be performed. She performed off screen. Just like the Llamas. And AJ and Elizabeth that one year. Oh, don't worry, Kaiwan. Cody is not going anywhere. But we gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about the plots after we deal with numbers 2 and 1, okay? For performances. Number 2, Valentine and Anna. Let me reiterate the following. I do not like this couple. I don't like Valentine. And this technically wasn't really a nurse's ball performance, but it's as high up as it is because James Patrick Stewart is a professional singer and it shows. And Finola Hughes is a professional dancer and it shows. So it was two pros doing what they do best in a dream sequence that coincided with the nurse's ball. And that's why I liked it. I kind of like took my loathing of them as a couple out of the equation for this and just saw them as Finola and James. And so I was able to enjoy it in that sense. Which means number 1 is Trina and Joss. Never thought I'd say that, but again, slim pickings this year, honestly. Vocally, it was definitely shaky in parts. But the choreography and the props used in the dance routine and the costumes that they wore and the attitude that they brought, all of that was fire. So I think what lacked in vocal prowess kind of made up for in every other way. And it was cool. It was cool to watch. I think, you know, it was just a fun performance. It was a fun performance. And I also loved seeing Trina and Joss's loved ones' reactions to them in the crowd. You know, like Spencer and Ava and Portia, Carly. I think Bobby was there watching as well at the time. Angel, you said I'm glad BLQ finally said something. I am too, and I expected her to, especially after the Jocelyn thing. I like that she, and I didn't really write notes about this, but I like that she stomped on his foot and spilled a drink on him just to get Joss away from him. I love that they, that's such a Tracy thing for her to do. I love that they kind of are making Brooklyn more and more like Tracy as she grows older. The auto-tune again. I feel like they honestly could have used more auto-tune for Jocelyn and Trina a little bit. Not gonna lie. You can tell that Trina's not a singer. She's okay. But and same with Josh. She's good, but she's definitely not a professional. Jake, you said my favorite for me was the nurse's performance. I have no idea what they performed on Thursday because, oh yeah, the DVR. That's the thing. I had to watch Thursday's episode on online because of my DVR not recording as well. I mean, you said if I had the opportunity to appear on stage and perform as a dancing and singing for the Nurses Ball, would you do it? Yeah, I would. First of all, as a fan of GH and the Nurses Ball, hell, if I randomly got the opportunity to do it, hell to the yes, I would do it. For sure. For sure I would do it. Freddie said I liked when Lucy fell through her picture and Bobby was shocked and said, Lucy, you're alive. And Lucy said, yeah, deal with it. Yeah, that, like I said, that was my second most favorite moment of this year's Nurses Ball. And the first was the tribute to Bobby in the first place. Again, my problem with the Nurses Ball this year was that it was hyped up so much for what is essentially just another Nurses Ball, and not even one of the better ones. There was no big surprises, no returning characters, barely any discussion about GH's legacy, and not much drama either, honestly. Most of it happened away from the Nurses Ball, and what little drama did happen could have been avoided if they didn't have people being uncharacteristically quiet. So let's discuss the plots. Oh man, we'll talk about Cody and Sasha first. Basically, Cody had been wanting Gladys to fess up to Sasha and let her know who bought the garage and why she really gave it away, and Gladys didn't take too kindly to it, so she framed him for stealing a very important bracelet that she was wearing, and he got arrested. She accused him of following her around and saying he must have just wanted to take the bracelet, and the only thing he had to do to bring this into question is throw Gladys under the bus by saying exactly why he was following her. He should have just said, Gladys, the reason why I was following you, and you know this, is because I'm wanting you to tell Sasha the truth about who you gave the garage to and why you gave it to her. That is all he had to say, and he wouldn't have got arrested. What reason does he have to keep Gladys' secret? Knowing that she just threw him under the bus and got him arrested just to get him away from her. It's so stupid. So stupid. Thursday's episode took too long to come to Hulu. I had to wait until Friday to watch it. I got to watch it. I watched it Friday before I watched Fridays. Although it was already online on Thursday for us on citytv.com. So I could have, but I had a concert to go to that night, so I couldn't watch it. Trina and Jocelyn sounded a mess. The performances sucked, but I love the drama with Victor. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next. Or I will in a bit, actually. Sasha needs to be single no matter what. I'm down for single Sasha. She needs to heal from losing her child and her husband first before she starts dating again. And this is coming from someone that I don't mind if they were to put Sasha and Cody together, but it can't be right now. Let her find her footing first. Yeah, she's in a lot better of a place right now than she was, a year ago or a few months ago. But I just I want to see her kind of find her footing and be okay with herself and get out of her conservatorship and also find out the truth about what Gladys has been hiding and what she's been spending Sasha's money on. JQ said I was waiting for Cody to say that. Yeah, exactly. Hippie, you said I agree because he can prove that. Exactly. Exactly. It makes no sense that he didn't say anything. Unless he's just being broody. But he even looked at Sam and was like, I'm being framed. And I think Sam will believe him. But like, it's so stupid that he's not saying anything in the first place. My guess though is that he's going to tell Sam the truth. She will be after his shares of deception next. Oh, after her shares of deception next. If she doesn't watch out. Sasha needs to get out of her conservatorship with Gladys before Sasha goes broke. Yeah, I agree. Okay, another plot that happened at the nurses' ball was the mediocre argument between Trina and Spencer, which happened seconds after they made their relationship official. All because Spencer treated Dex like a peasant, like a townie. And Trina did get the sense that something else was going on with Spencer. I think I caught that, and I think some of you did too. But I don't know. Coretta, you said the actor who plays Link, I think he said this was his last scene. Really? If that's how it ends, that's a bit ridiculous. Not that I want to see more of the storyline, but like, he didn't even get arrested for harassing girls. He got arrested for like causing a disturbance at the nurses' ball. So ridiculous. Gladys didn't think he'd throw her under the bus. I mean, he didn't anyways, but still, yeah, exactly. Like, you'd think that she would have thought that at least. I figured that she would have kept her mouth shut. What is Cody's proof that Gladys framed him? All they got to do is follow the money, where the funds, where they were going. They just got to look into her bank account and what's been going up to, and who she gave the garage shoe, and whether or not Sasha knew that Gladys did it. Like, they'd have a witness of Gladys saying, no, I was left in the dark about who she gave it to, and I didn't okay this being spent, and I didn't okay whatever other funds she's taking, because we know that she's taken more, right? Spencer does have his reasons to not like Dex. Yeah, he does. Yeah, but like, he doesn't know anything for sure. You know what I mean? Like, short of actually knowing that Dex and Joss slept together before she broke up with Cameron, like, he doesn't know that for sure. He just, you know, he's catching a vibe, but that's hardly a crime. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that Spencer is being protective of Cam, but the fight at the nurses' ball was stupid. That's all I'm saying. Getting mad at him for having a drink at the bar at the nurses' ball. Like, that's all. It just seems so stupid. And like a weird fight for Trina and Spencer. But anyway, there is something off with Spencer leading into the Victor storyline that we're going to talk about in a second. He has to go meet up with Victor due to his plans for Ace, which really didn't turn out to be what Spencer thought it would be, and he basically becomes Victor's hostage alongside Obrecht and Ace. But we'll get into the meat and potatoes of that. We'll talk about kind of everything that led up to this moment for Victor. Basically, when the nurses' ball started, Lucy, Anna, and Valentine were all watching it from the safe house, but Lucy let it slip that she had snuck out to put a little fire out at the nurses' ball, which Anna and Valentine knew was going to lead Victor right to their door, and it did. Not only did Victor snag the Ice Princess diamond and get away, he managed to shoot Anna and put her in critical condition, and they had to rush her to the hospital. On top of that, Victor's henchmen also attacked Esme and took Ace. And also the henchmen kidnapped Obrecht as well. I don't know how they managed to do that from a magic trick on the stage, but whatever, it's the nurses' ball. Like I said, there's always camp at the nurses' ball. It is what it is. Spencer is not in love with Joss, Kaiwan. I would bet millions of dollars on that. He had no interest in Jocelyn when she was a kid either. Freddie, you said, I know Spencer can be an a-hole a lot of times, but this time he isn't wrong about Dex, because Dex was the reason. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's not wrong, but he doesn't know that. So he's just he's just kind of like doing it just because he's catching a bad vibe. Like, if he had already known the truth about what happened between Joss and Cam and Dex, then I'd be like, okay, valid. But he doesn't know anything for sure. Hippie, you said only that Dante didn't want to talk to him either. They pulled him away from Sasha. It gave her time to set him up. That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, like, Sasha or Gladys did say, like, oh, go, Dante's looking for you, and he wasn't. So that would give her, you know, ample time to, like, plot her sort of, you know, plan, or hatch her plan. Because as soon as Cody went to go find Dante and Sam, that's when Gladys started kind of planting the seeds in Sasha's head about him being a jewelry thief. I wouldn't have been mad at Spencer not liking Dex. That was stupid. She asked to apologize to Dex. So mad that Anna got shot and not Lucy. Lucy trying to attack the henchman with a boa though, and Sunny coming to her rescue. But I adore Lynn Herring. She's so good at comedy. She's a treasure, guys. Camp or not, she's a treasure. Didn't Sunny say there was a trapdoor under the stage? I think he thought there might be, but I don't think we ever learned if there was. There very well might have been, but we like, you know. It just seems a bit weird that they would just manage to do that somehow. And also, like, they explained the box, right? They explained the box and how the trick worked. The box had like another like wall that would make her appear like she's gone, but she would have just been behind the box. So there's no opening at the bottom of the box at all. So like, that's the thing that's ridiculous and camp. Even if there is a trapdoor at the bottom of the stage, like, there's no trapdoor at the bottom of the box. Esme got knocked out, so maybe this is how she gets her memories back. Hey, it's definitely possible. Lucy is like a cartoon. Yeah, she is, but she always has been. I think Nicholas Chavez and Eden have a real life chemistry, is what Kaiwan is seeing. But I never see them interact together, like, behind the scenes either. Whereas, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but, like, Tabiana and Evan spend a lot of time together, like, off screen. Like, I'm not saying that there's any romance there or anything, but they definitely seem to get along really well. There's, like, one video that Eden McCoy posted of her, like, getting her makeup ready, and Tabiana was giving Evan a piggyback ride in the background. Like, they seem to really adore each other. Hey Nathan, happy Easter. Alright, where was I though? Oh yeah, Victor. Okay. So, Victor, once he did all his kidnapping, proceeded to the Haunted Star where he got Spencer to meet up with him, and they started the engine to set sail to God knows where. But going back on what I said about Spencer and Trina, there's certain things that happened during the Nurses Ball that were left unanswered, which makes me think that something else is going on and they might be able to turn things around on Victor. I low-key kind of hope that Spencer is working with Sunny and had told Trina what was going on, because we did see Sunny talking to Spencer and we did see Trina confront Spencer, but we didn't see how those conversations ended in either one of those scenes. We seen Spencer ask Sunny what was going on, and we didn't see anything after that. We seen Trina ask Spencer what was going on, but we didn't see anything after that, and we didn't see Trina after that either. So, you know, I am curious, you know, if there's other things going on here. And also, where is Drew? We saw Drew make an appearance at the red carpet, but we never seen him in the ballroom. And they acknowledge at certain points that Drew is not in the ballroom. So I think that he wanted to... I think he expected that maybe Victor was watching the Nurses Ball, and seeing him on the red carpet would give Drew an alibi so that Victor wouldn't see Drew coming if he's in on this situation. I felt that way about Eden and Nicholas before Sabrina really became a thing. Okay. How did Victor get the Haunted Star? I mean, he's a Cassadine. He's got connections. He probably just broke in and hot-wired the thing. I don't know. It's not the first time a Cassadine has taken the Haunted Star. What did I think of Vanna's love yous? I didn't think anything of it at all. I think... I'm not a big fan of the couple to begin with, but I think that we're probably... They made a little bit of anvils kind of alluding to, you know, this changing things for Valentine and Anna as a couple, and the hardships that they might have ahead from her getting shot. She's in critical condition. I think maybe she'll end up in a wheelchair for a while. That's my speculation. But their love yous, meh. They've said I love you before, right? So I didn't think anything of it. But yeah, that's my theory. I think they've hinted enough at other characters kind of keeping their eye on Victor that we don't see how they play into the role and into what a possible takedown, but we know something is coming. Like, this is... They've got something planned. We're not privy to it yet. I think we're going to see Trina on the Haunted Star, to be honest. And I think we're going to see Sunny know... I think Sunny's going to know that Victor was heading to the Haunted Star. I think Spencer kept Sunny in the loop. And I think that Spencer was trying to figure out what exactly Victor was trying to do. Not for himself, but to give back to Sunny information-wise. That's just what I feel. Victor just got on and took it. Like anyone else. Joss barely knows Dex. Yeah, you're right. All they do is have sex. Victor already has lethal baby Ace and Spencer, but what he doesn't know that Trina might have secretly snuck in there with him to see what was going on with Spencer. That's what I think. I think that Trina's on the Haunted Star and we just haven't seen her yet. And I think maybe Sunny has people in place in and around the Haunted Star as well. Or at least he's going to have the Haunted Star followed. Victor was really scary when he threatened to paralyze Anna. Yeah, they can write him as a villain when they want to, or as like a scary villain when they want to. I think in terms of the story, the pacing of this Victor storyline, now that things have picked up since, you know, Holly came in and whatnot, I think the pacing's been a lot better. So I'm enjoying it. I think, is Victor's time almost up? Maybe. At least for this arc. Here are certain things that we do know. Here's what I'm hoping anyway. Whatever happens next, I hope that it can salvage the 60th anniversary so-called celebration, because this week wasn't it. It was just another Nurses Ball, and I've not really enjoyed it. But this Victor storyline is picking up, and that's what I'm excited for. One thing we do know for sure is that Emma Samms and Jane Elliott are both returning in the next couple of weeks. I think Holly returns this week. I'm pretty sure. If not this week, then early next week. And then I think Tracy is the week after that. Victor did mention that he figured out that Holly isn't in the burn unit and that he's going to pawn off Ethan to the highest bidder. So maybe we'll get a surprise Ethan return as well. At least I hope so. Thank you, Hippie. Friday's episode was pretty good. Friday's episode was, definitely the best episode out of the bunch. But it makes me wonder what's going to happen Monday, because technically Monday would have been Friday's episode. So hopefully Monday will be even better. Not sure if you heard this, Dion, but CS wasn't in the credits. Yeah, I did hear that. I don't understand the credits at all, because the other day a couple weeks ago, Emma Samms was in the credits. And she, first of all, isn't on contract, and she also wasn't on the show at the time. So I don't know. I don't hold too much merit when it comes to the ending credits of the show, as much as others do. What is Victor going to do to Ethan? I don't know, but hopefully we get to see on screen what happens. I did enjoy the flashbacks. I loved the Bobby flashbacks. Those were that was the highlight of the ball for me, was the homage they paid to Bobby Spencer. And I said it earlier, I think it's about damn time that Bobby got her flowers on the show for all the amazing storylines she's been a part of over the years. And they showed a lot of them. They showed her how she treated, Monica when Monica had cancer. They showed her giving Elizabeth the after pill when she was raped. They showed her when it came to Barbara Jean's heart, her daughter, and giving that to Maxie. They showed all her highlights, And I love that we even got to see Bobby calling Tracy out for being homophobic towards her son. And we got to see Bobby and Carly's moment after Tony's funeral and how they made up. Because I think that was really Laura Wright's first scene with Jackie Zeman, was the funeral scenes. Jackie Zeman is drop dead gorgeous. I loved seeing her in the, when they showed the flashback of her in the 70s, excited about her job as a nurse. Yeah, those are some great flashbacks. The flashbacks felt short. Yeah, I agree, but we got to see them, and I just appreciated it. It's very seldom we see any sort of celebration when it comes to Bobby. And she's, at this point, I think Jackie is the longest running cast member. Or maybe Jeannie is. I'd say that Kin, Jackie, and Jeannie were all kind of the same. They all came in at the same time, if not close to each other. So they're all around that sort of 45-year mark. Oh, you missed Tamara's Carly? I've enjoyed all the Carlys in some way, apart from Carly number 3. But they all have their shining moments as Carly, I think. So, at this point, Laura Wright's played Carly longer than any of the other actresses did. Obviously, Sarah's the original. She's Queen. But Tamara did a great job in replacing her. And Laura Wright, she's made Carly her own. Alright, you have a good day, Jacarius. Or have a good week. Wonder how much it costs to dig up those flashbacks. Well, they use most of those flashbacks pretty often, right? But hopefully it costs them nothing, Have a good night, Jacarius. But yeah, there's nothing really else to discuss plot-wise, guys. So I guess I'll just ask, before we end the live stream, what was your favorite performance and your least favorite performance of the Nurses Ball? And what was your favorite part of this week in general, when it comes to everything, overall? Like the flashbacks with Epiphany, I'm grateful they did a memorial episode for her. Me too. Me too. Does something to what, Kaiwan? Haven't seen the Felicia flashback. Yeah, the Felicia Clown flashback. I don't know. Why do I feel like we've seen the Felicia Clown flashback before? You might be right about the Monica and Bobby one, though. I don't think we've seen that one before. But like, the BJ's Heart stuff, we've seen countless ends of times. It would have been better if they showed a glimpse of somebody from the past, spirit-wise, speaking from heaven. You know how they do. Yeah, I mean, I would have minded seeing like a silhouette of like Dr. Allen or Dr. Steve or, you know, any of the past nurses and doctors kind of in the back of the nurses' ball. I would have liked to see that too, Kaiwan. Yeah, like the silhouettes of these characters. Obviously, they can't bring back the actors who've really passed on, but they've done it before, and just by showing the back of them and having them dressed exactly how we know them to be, that probably, if they did that, that would have probably made me choke up for sure. Angel, you said, I know they have to pick and choose which flashbacks to use, because if the flashback includes people no longer on the show, they have to pay the person for using their likeness. Yeah, but do you remember, like, for a little while, especially in the Ron and Carlivati era, like the Ron and Frank era, they were showing flashbacks and just blurring out the people's faces in the backgrounds. They could have done that again. Sandy, yeah. You and me both, Sandy. I cried during Epiphany's tribute. Non-stop. My God. And even like the little moment where Elizabeth found out the night before that she had passed away. I don't know. I wanted to be hit with the emotions during the nurse's ball as well. And the only time I did get that was during the Bobby flashbacks. I didn't like cry or anything, but I was like, oh, this is so sweet to show this. They wasted those silhouettes of Lila and Edward taking Oscar to heaven. Yeah, but you know what? They've also shown Lila and Edward going up the stairwell when Edward died, so it wasn't the first time we've seen their silhouettes. But I'm just saying, like, they could have done that again for the nurse's ball if they were paying tributes to like all these characters. You know, they could have talked about each one. They could have had a mention of Amy and then showed the back of Amy's head, or the mention of, you know, Alan in the back of his head. And they can do that with Steve. I guess they did that to confirm that Oscar is a Quartermain. Yep. Alan's grandson. Oh man. Oscar didn't deserve no Edward and Lila. Such a whiny, annoying. Listen, like, whether we like Oscar or not, he is a Quartermain, okay? Like, it makes sense that Edward and Lila would have been there to take him into the light. You know, he didn't have any other family members, you know, that we know of, besides the Quartermains and Kim, who God knows is up to God knows what these days. Laura has horrible security at her penthouse to be the mayor. Yeah, ridiculous. I mean, Port Charles has certainly fallen. The mayor used to have a mayor's mansion, and now she's in a penthouse. Like, the mayor mansion had staff, like, you know, a big old balcony. It looked like a royal place. And now she's in a little, you know, nook and cranny somewhere downtown. Didn't want to make Oscar a bad kid. I would have made Oscar a bad kid. I don't think I would have liked to see Oscar as a bad kid. I think that it was fine that they gave him cancer. I feel like the character who had more potential to be a morally gray character, if not a bad character, was the kid that Sonny found in Turkey. He had a lot of potential, and they killed him off in that explosion that Julian Jerome caused. I forget the character's name already, though. Freddie, you said I don't care if Willow saved or not. They're dragging out the storyline way too damn long. I agree with you. Port Charles is on a budget. Yes, they are. Sorry, Ruth. You said Victor called and she said purple. I'm a little bit confused. All right, y'all. But I think I'll end the live stream here. Am I gonna be on this Wednesday? That Turkish kid was starting to act like Diego, mad because he can't get a girl. Yeah, like, he could have been a bad boy, but I think, like, he had potential in the sense that they could have made him, like, Sunny's new Stone. You know what I mean? And then, like, he's a bad kid, but then maybe, like, Sunny's influence could, like, make him more on the up and up. I don't know. Dev. Thank you, Jake. But yeah, I think I'll be live on Wednesday. I don't have a game plan as of yet. I've had some things in my mind that I'm gonna have to rack my brain and think about again. But I think I had something planned for Wednesday. But I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning into the live. Hopefully this week is a better week for GH than last week. That is my hope. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys likely this Wednesday. I'm going to be live on Wednesdays, I promise, okay? Don't know for how long, but we'll do something. All right, good night, y'all. Mwah.